Figure I'd do a quick video on this one, and is that the matrix and the control matrix and what people really think versus what is reality. This is primarily for people with a lot of money, and how the matrix is using them more than the general population. Now, the general population believes that people like, say, for example, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, basically are using others to accomplish their goals. They steal items, ideas, and then promote them. And there's valid reasons for that, and there's not so valid reasons for that. But this is in regards to those people who believe that they're in control of the matrix, which is like your Elon Musks and Bill Gates and Andrew Tate, etc., etc., etc. Now, in our lives, we are often mandated things from a top-down perspective in the form of governments. And a lot of these people who have money can bypass a lot of those mandates, and it gives them the illusion of being superior and having control. But the reality is there's a lot higher people that need those purposes and need those powers for them to promote and push certain ideas and get them out in the marketplace. For example, Elon Musk himself does not have the capability to create a starship. He did not have the ability to create PayPal, and he did not have the ability to create an electric car. All those ideas were already around, and Confinity and Tesla existed before Elon Musk, and he used government money to fund the rocket spaceship, which is, he hired engineers to develop the rocket ship. He himself did nothing, but he was a bipartisan in organizing and getting ready and putting out those ideas so humanity and whatnot could use those ideas. So there's validity in that, and there's not so much validity in that. And the not so much validity in that is that people who actually develop the ideas, for example, Confinity, are the people that are best able to move forward those companies, because those are the people who have the creative mindset to create those ideas in the first place. And yes, you need people to influence and promote that stuff, but the problem is they don't have the creative mindset to implement those ideas as effectively. For example, an operating system. Bill Gates did not have the ability to code an operating system. He stole the operating system, right? But he promoted the operating system, which is good. But in any case, this is about how they are being used. So as far as back as we can remember, we've always played the game of chess, and those people are, for example, the bishops, the rooks, and the knights, for example. And we need people like them in order to push and promote these ideas and to organize and get them on the market. And because of that, they are granted a certain amount of power and a certain amount of influence. Now, the reality is they are put in circumstances where they're used to do that, and they're given the illusion of doing that through nefarious means. For example, we all know that Elon Musk and Andrew Tate went through a horrendous breakup when they had no money, and it was put on public display. And those ideas and that situation had influenced them and pushed them and motivated them to do what they're doing today. Now, that's a powerful tool, isn't it? Now, isn't it ironic that that's what influenced them and that's what controls them to this day? It's that idea that I need to maintain power for XXXX because I don't want to be that sucker again. That still to this day pushes them in order to do what they're doing. So they have been influenced and controlled. Those situations were set up. And they're being controlled by those extraneous powers that have set that up. In our lives, many of us have been through the same thing, me included, and higher powers set those situations up and they're all being used to some degree. So have some empathy. What they don't realize is that they're no higher on the rung than we are, and that they're being used for the same means. Because when AI comes along, guess what? Bill Gates and Elon Musk are no longer needed. AI is going to steal everything right from the computer. AI is going to replicate everything as demanded and create everything as demanded. They're going to organize individuals that are engineers and whatnot to create the starship. They're irrelevant. They are now irrelevant. They will create the contracts to pay people through cryptocurrency. All those people are now, they don't realize is that they have implemented their own obsolescence. And this is all through higher power means. So yeah, even somebody like Bill Gates, maybe he didn't have a girlfriend, and the person who threw the pie in the face was the individual. But I'll tell you, the general public would not do that. And I'm sure he has pushed it in his mind. It has pushed him for a general hate on for the general public. But those situations were created to influence people like Bill Gates in order for them to have a hate on, and they're being controlled through those ideas and through those situations. And it's a repetition of that. And as a result of that, their souls, their mind, they have been locked into that creative matrix, that ideology, because of those situations, and they can't get their way out of it. Look at Andrew Tate. He's supposed to be alpha dog, alpha male. But what was his, where did he change? He changed because his girlfriend rejected him. How sad is that? And he still continues to seek money and power to have control over girls. That's just as bad as simping. Because now what happens is, I need to make money, and money is the way I control girls, and I stay a top G, right? How does that work? How is paying for 6 or 7 wives more empowering than just having a girl who can meet you halfway and be an actual partner in your life? I don't know. I think it's worse. Because when you're Muslim, if you buy a car for one wife, you got to buy a car for every wife. So it's a huge obligation, and you're paying for the privilege of having a girl around. Now, who wants to pay to have girls around? It just doesn't make sense to me. Why should they be living those extravagant lives? Because you get sex with some hot girl? Like, guys, think about it. That's simping. That's worse than simping. You might as well be going on whatever, OnlyFans, and throwing girls some dimes and saying, make me feel good about myself. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You want somebody, there's girls out there that are higher level, that will respect you, and not need the money to do that. Because when the money's gone with those guys, those girls are gone. Think about that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Not for just the general world, but for people who have influence or think they have influence, that you're just another piece on the game board. And the game board is being moved. And what I suggest is that we move the game board in a way that benefits all of us and stop being manipulated. Because that's what's going to move humanity forward. Unless we understand that, nothing is ever going to change. It's always going to be the status quo, used, recycled, thrown aside. And I think we're better than that. But the problem is, we got to get rid of our egos. We have to start appreciating one another. And unless we can think outside the box and start doing that, our culture is shit now. Nobody appreciates anybody. Girls don't appreciate men. Hell, people don't even respect their own bodies anymore. They go through a gender change. If you're a gay guy and you feel you're female, be a gay guy. You know, that's the body you have. That is your temple. That is what you should respect. But yeah, so it's all about finding thyself. And sometimes I guess, I can't really judge either, because sometimes in finding yourself, you got to lose yourself into the chaos. And I'm sure everybody's a little bit in the chaos, and we're all trying to find ourselves. So that's what I want to share. Take care of yourselves. Peace out. Bye.